I'm really excited to go over all these cards with you guys. So we have to start off with the most earliest design, the most nostalgic by far, the original base set Pikachu. Just look at how glorious it is. He looks so much more heavy and round and tubby than Pikachu is nowadays. A lot less personality in the original Pikachu, or honestly. You can't really pull any emotions out of that. But boy, a really nostalgic card nonetheless. Next up, 1999 Wizards Black Star promo. You can tell it's a promo and it's Black Star promo because it's got a little symbol right there. It's also number 1. It doesn't have like 1 out of 102 or something like that. Next up, we have Kids Warner Brothers presents a promo card from Pokemon the first movie. Once again, you can really see how round Pikachu used to be. One of the things that I always thought was kind of weird was I wonder if they had any designs with him having whiskers or anything like that, because he is technically a rodent, but I guess it would look too ridiculous with whiskers, so they took it out, made the design much more round. He's almost like a ball. I'm not even sure how he would really walk with this design. The tail is also much more longer than it is nowadays. You would think this card is really expensive because, oh my goodness, it's Pikachu promo from the first Pokemon movies. Even got the little logo. How can it not be expensive? But you gotta understand, they were sending out millions of these out there. Everyone who went to the theater, pretty much everyone got one of these cards. So there's just millions of them out there. There's so many of them that you can get most of these cards, honestly, for just like $1 or $2 max. Next up, we have an actual Pikachu from a set, the Jungle set. The second set in a Pokemon series, I think. Number 60 out of 64, much smaller. Another thing about the Wizards era is that all the Pikachus had red health. That's a unique design feature. Nowadays, all the Nintendo's health is white. Now we're on to the year 2000. Wow, new millennium. We had the birthday Pikachu, probably one of my favorite Pikachu card. You could get this through a Wizard of the Coast mail campaign between September and November of the year 2000, where if you draw your favorite Pokemon and mail it to Wizard of the Coast, they will send you this card back in return. And honestly, this is one of my favorite ones. I've even gifted it as a birthday present to a lot of my friends because it's just a really cool card. It's kind of expensive compared to the other ones, at around $30 nowadays, because most people only had one copy of this card. If you write your name here, it becomes your personal Pikachu. And on your birthday, this attack has the potential of doing 50 more damage. It's just really funny to me to think that on your birthday a card can do more damage. It's almost a joke, but it's in an actual card game. It's taken seriously, I guess. Next up, we have a very unique one. Everyone calls this one the Tiger Pikachu, and you can sort of see why based on the design. With the stripes on his back like that, Pikachu's back is very rarely shown on a Pokemon, so most people don't realize, oh, his back isn't just straight yellow. There's actually some stripy designs on the back. So this one's called the Tiger Pikachu for that reason. Next up, we have, hey, didn't we see this one already? Yeah, it is base set 2. The original Pokemon base set was so popular they had to do a reprint of it, and that's really all I had to say. Base set 2. Not nearly as popular as the original base set. Next up, we have Lieutenant Surge's Pikachu. Lieutenant Surge's Pikachu. You can see it's his because, you know, it's got his face right there from the Gym Leader series. And another thing that's unique is that it's much more feisty, and you can tell right there on its ear, it's very spiky to signify that's actually Lieutenant Surge's Pikachu and not a normal Pikachu. Next up, we have, from the year 2000 still, Neo Genesis Pikachu. Debatably one of my least favorite art style, and you can see that this is where we're starting to switch over to Nintendo and not Wizards, because the health is black and it doesn't say Wizards of the Coast anywhere on the bottom. Not one of my favorite art again, and that's mainly because of how dead the eyes look. Look at how creepy those eyes are. You just can't pull any emotions out of that card. Although it is, you know, still pretty cute just because it is Pikachu. Next up, a lot of people's favorite, and also one of my favorites, from 2001, we're on to 2001 now, we got the Surfing Pikachu promo card. A lot of people think this card is pretty expensive. It's not really. There's an abundant amount of these Surfing Pikachu out there. You can get yourself a really nice one for maybe $1 or $2. It was just really unique in that Pikachu knew Surf. And that's been a bit of a trivia for you guys nowadays, that you can actually get yourself in a lot of video games a Pikachu that actually knows the move Surf. I think it was actually originally based around this card of a Surfing Pikachu. Next up, we have E-Series. You can tell it's E-Series because of that E right there. And E-Series was actually a lot of people's favorite, and it's also my favorite in terms of set because of just how cool the design is. You can see how different the border is compared to one of the older cards or other cards. The E-Series was just designed, I think that it was almost designed so that you could swipe a barcode and you would get this card inside a game or something like that. E-Series. Very adorable Pikachu. Next up, we got another E-Series, I think. Yeah, well, I mean, it is E-Series still, from the Sandstorm set. You can tell it's Sandstorm based on that little logo right there. Not much to say about this Pikachu. It's in the desert. It's in the Sandstorm series set. And next up, we got a Pikachu from a promo from 2003, so we're on to 2003 now. You can tell it's promo because it says promo right there. Number 12 of the promo. I believe this is a promotion for one of the video games. Holographic, very feisty. You can see Pikachu starting to get a bit skinnier nowadays. And next up we have the infamous Sky Ridge Pikachu. Everyone loves Sky Ridge. It's a lot of people's favorite set. And it's really expensive nowadays. A box of Sky Ridge can go for, you know, I don't know, $20,000 to $30,000 or something ridiculous. The Sky Ridge Charizard is actually one of the more expensive Charizard. It's a lot of people's favorite artwork of Charizard. And unfortunately, I say infamous because the Pikachu in Sky Ridge is definitely not my favorite. I'm not even sure if someone actually drew it. It looks almost like Play-Doh, and someone just took a photo of it. And look at how dead those eyes are. It's just really hard to love this Pikachu. But again, it's from the Sky Ridge series, which is kind of one of the most popular series, and it just has one of the ugliest Pikachus, honestly. Next up, we got another kind of like a Play-Doh Pikachu. They were doing this a lot back in the day, where they just took a Pikachu, little plastic figure or something like that, and took a picture of it and turned it into a card. Pikachu from Pop Series 2. Pop Series 2 from 2005. Boy, we're on to 2005 already. Pop Series 2, you can tell by that little symbol right there of a Pokeball and the number 2, which is the competitive Pokemon play group back in those days. So you would just go to an area, play some Pokemon games, and you would get a couple of these packs as promos for being like, hey, thanks for playing. Very cool, very cool. Next up, we got a Pikachu. Or is it? It's actually Ditto, but transformed into Pikachu. And again, it's just a picture. No one drew this. It's just a little plastic figure, and they took a picture of it and they made it into a card. It knows Thunderbolt. Back in those days, abilities were called Pokepowers. The interesting thing about this one is they actually printed a second one of it in the same set. It's not even a different. Ditto. It's just the exact same one. They just took a different picture and put it into here. Both of these are from the what is this? Delta Species, I think. Delta Species. And I know that because the very next card is the actual Pikachu from Delta Species, 2006 now. This is by far one of the more popular Pikachus to collect because Delta Species is just very unique, and you can tell how unique it is just because of how gray the design is compared to all other Pokemon cards. They didn't really do this with anything else. It was a very experimental. Another thing that's interesting is that this Pikachu is steel or metal type rather than electric type. Wow. Delta Species. I think one of these can go for a couple of $100 if you can get a PSA 10 version of it. And this one's definitely not PSA 10 just because of how many scratches it's got. Honestly, if you just sneeze on one of these cards, it's going to get a scratch. That's why it's so hard to get a gem mint version of it. Next up, we got a Pop Series again. Pop Series for Pikachu. Holographic, very adorable. Pikachu's looking off to the distance. Not much more I can say about it. Next up, we have Holland Phantoms EX Pikachu. Ooh, lots of Pikachu art showing it's in the night because, you know, Pikachu is a rodent, so it makes sense that they would only appear at night. A little bit of lore aspect for you guys. Not that it's true, but it kind of makes sense. Here we have the Pikachu from Mysterious Treasures. Really cool art design just because there's two Pikachus in here, and once again, Pikachu is in its natural habitat, the forest. Usually you'll see a lot of Pikachus being drawn at night or in the forest, just where they belong. One thing about this card is that it's got a unique ability called Bika Bika. I almost want to say that's a translational error from the Japanese side. In Japan it probably says Bika Bika, but in English it probably makes more sense to say for this to say Pika Pika. Don't know if they did that on purpose or not. Next up we got Pikachu from EX Power Keepers. Very adorable Pikachu. Probably one of my favorites. Not in my top 10 because there's just so many to really put any of these into the top 10. It's really hard. But it's a really adorable Pikachu. Just so happy. Next up, we're actually going on to 2009 now. We have the number 71 out of 99 Arceus Pikachu. Still showing the levels. Not that it's important. The level's kind of meaningless. It kind of ties it back to the video game, but it doesn't really mean anything. You can see a lot of Pokemon cards' abilities are just so ridiculous in terms of their ability. Like this attack, it's called Pikaball, and here's one that's called Mega Shot. None of them have anything to do with the game. Next up, we got another Pop Series. Pop Series 9 Pikachu. Pikachu's at the beach, just jumping up, I think. Really cool art. I love how basic the art style is from this one. Next up, we've got Heartgold and Soulsilver, one of my favorite video game in a great era for Pokemon cards, honestly. Kind of underrated. Not a lot of people collect cards from Heartgold and Soulsilver. You see a lot of people collecting Pokemon cards from the Wizard of the Coast era, and you see a lot of people collecting Pokemon cards from like the modern day eras. But this in-between period was kind of an odd time. Not a lot of people collected Pokemon cards. A lot of people went on to Yu-Gi-Ohs in the 2003 and 2004 era. So Pokemon cards kind of went backwards kind of bit, where not a lot of people collected it, even though the art and design and all those cards are just really beautiful nowadays. Heartgold and Soulsilver. Next one, we got another card from Heartgold and Soulsilver, a promo card from 2010. When I saw this card, I almost thought I had a fake on my hand, honestly, because if you look at the lines, they're almost scribbly. It's almost like a bad print. So, but I think that was an artistic decision rather than an actual bad print. Very cool Pikachu. Much more cuter than the older cards. Much more personality in the art, honestly. And here we have, oh, let's see, number 61 of 90. I think this is from Undaunted. If that sounds unfamiliar to you, it's totally okay. Not a lot of people collect Pokemon cards during this period of time in 2010. So a lot of these sets kind of went unnoticed. So we have a Pikachu from the Undaunted set. Real feisty. It's not using an electric attack, it's using Slam, a physical attack. Next up, we got a Pikachu running through the city from 2012 Next Destiny. So a lot of these Pikachu cards coming up are just from sets, I think. Pikachu from Boundaries Cross. Cool art design. You can just see how much more skinny and elongated Pikachu is getting. Just for comparison, let me grab you guys the original base set Pikachu compared to this one. So this is 2012, guys, and here is the one from 1999. Oh yeah, Pikachu's definitely lost some weight. The head's gone much more rounder, elongated, and he's really lost his beer belly. Next up, we have a Pikachu from a McDonald's promo. You can tell it's from a McDonald's promo because of the M right there, number 5 of 12. So this is probably where when you bought yourself a burger from McDonald's or something, and they actually gave you some Pokemon cards as promo. I think this particular one is from 2013, I think, right there. Since we're on to 2013 now. Oh yeah, oh yeah. And here's the regular one just from the set from 2014. Next up we got Pikachu from Furious Fist. I actually opened this one from an earlier video. That's right, we're still opening cards from 2014 today. And it's a really cool Pikachu design. One of the rare times where you get to see the Pika butt. Next up, we've got the holographic reverse version of the exact same card. If you guys look closely, you can almost see the electric design there. And then we have Pikachu from Roaring Skies. A very odd looking Pikachu, honestly. It looks like he's almost like in Paris or someplace very European. And the Pikachu itself almost looks foreign. Very different design as you guys compare from like this Pikachu to the last one. Very different art style. Very, very different. And then we have a holographic reverse Pikachu from XY Breakthrough. This was from the XY break era with all those break cards that were super golden and no one really liked. And we got an XY promo. XY promo number 89 came from a collector's chest. Ooh, and here we have Pikachu EX. Yeah, XY number 84. Pikachu EX. You can just see how powerful the EX cards were. This Pikachu has 130 HP. I don't know if it was ever playable, but man, can you imagine going from a 60 HP basic Pokemon to a 130 HP basic Pokemon? This was where things really started to skyrocket in terms of power creep. Pokemon cards have been getting more and more powerful ever since around 2015 or so. Next, a little bit of a blast from the past. We got XY promo for the Pokemon League, going back to that original, if I can find it, Pikachu from 1999 for the original Pokemon, the first movie promo. Here's the original one, and here's the one from 2016. Still almost the exact same card, although this one's holographic. This was given out at the Pokemon League for anyone that was playing Pokemon cards in those days. And here we got a Pikachu, number 26 of 83. This was from one of the break starter packs, so if you wanted to start playing Pokemon, you would have gotten this card in one of the starter packs for XY Break. Next up we got Pikachu from XY Evolutions. How iconic. I keep pulling this Pikachu constantly because we're still opening XY Evolution in 2019, and we're probably going to be opening up XY Evolutions in 2020 still, because they seem to shove one of these packs into every single new collector's box, GX box, anything that they can. Ooh, something I was really looking forward to. We got Pikachu from the Radiant collection in 2013. One of the more beautiful cards. I just love this design. This, I don't know if the camera can really showcase it, but this card is really blinging. There's holographic at every single portion of it. There's just sparkles everywhere on it. And I love this design too. You got some hearts here. You got some Pika face. It was a unique holographic design specifically for this card. Next up, we got another one. You were wondering like, why is I'm putting a 2013 card next to a 2016 card is because this Pikachu is also from the Radiant collection, and honestly, one of my favorites by far. It's a full art card, absolutely beautiful. You got 4 Pikachus for the price of 1, and this design was meant to really entice a larger female audience, and I think it actually sort of worked. I mean, I'm not a girl, but I'm enticed by it. It's really adorable, really cute. Each one of these little symbols on the left side actually has a meaning. I don't know what they mean, but they do have meanings, like one stands for story, one stands for beauty or something like that. And then we have the Pikachu EX. Also 130 HP, same as the last Pikachu EX. You got this one if you purchase one of the collector's tins. And honestly, it's probably worth it. This Pikachu card is absolutely dope. And the third and final Pikachu EX card that they released. I actually think this one was released before the last one, but whatever the case. Very cool design. One of my favorite of the 3 Pikachu EX cards that we've seen, probably my favorite. We got Jolteon and Electabuzz in the back, backing up our Pikachu. Very unique. It's just so much darker design than the other one. It's also full art, which makes it extra cool. Then we're into some promo stuff. You guys have already seen this artwork, but this one's from the Build-A-Bear Workshop. Everyone that went to Build-A-Bear Workshop got this card, got the promo, says Build-A-Bear Workshop on it. And of course, after that, they also had the Toys R Us promo. Pokemon was just crossing over and doing promotions with everything. You got your McDonald's promo, your Build-A-Bear Workshop promo, your Toys R Us promos. I'm surprised they don't have like GameStop promos and like Coke promos and what else not. Pikachu Libre. Now we're getting into some really cool stuff. Pikachu Libre, one of my favorite ones. You got this one in one of the starter kits, I believe. Just a really cool card. I just love how goofy it is to see Pikachu in a luchador costume, looking like he's about to fight someone. Really nice electric holographic artwork too. Next up, we got Pikachu eating a little picnic basket with Chespin and Sylveon. This was a promo in one of the blister packs. All you gotta do is buy a blister and you got this Pikachu card with it. Very cool. Alright, we're now on to the Sun and Moon era Pokemon. We got Sun and Moon promo number 4 from a Target launch event back in 2016 when Sun and Moon were just becoming a thing. Hard to believe now that we're at the end of 2019 and we're pretty much done with Sun and Moon, and we're going to be moving on to Sword and Shield by 2020. Next up, we got another Pikachu promo, Sun and Moon number 76 promo for the Shining Legends pin collection. And then we got another promo. You can start and see, like, we're in Sun and Moon eras and we still have this many Pikachu cards to go through. Quite a few. And a lot of them just came from promo, like this one, Sun and Moon number 81. Available in the Shining Legends Super Premium Collection box. Yeah. Then we got Sun and Moon promo number 98. No idea which promo this one came from. Looks like the artwork from Burning Shadows though. And then we're on to Arceus Pikachu. Yeah. The original hat. And this is for the Pokemon I Choose You movie. There's rumor has it that the next Pokemon series, Ash is no longer the main character. He just won the Pokemon League in Sun and Moon. So it's very likely that we're going to get a new main character for the Pokemon series, which is very interesting. It makes sense because this is probably the last movie that Ash is going to be in, the I Choose You movie. You got the original hat, and then you just get more and more Pikachu with different hats from the other Pokemon series as you journey through all the regions. The 5th one, the 6th one, and of course, is it this one? Is it this one that's in the movie? No. It's gotta be this one. This is the one from the movie. And I think this is the hat from Sun and Moon. I really don't know, guys. And then we have Pikachu from Shining Legends. Got a rainbow in the background there. Another picture with the Pika butt. Same art. Reverse holographic. Gotta collect myself a reverse holographic if I can. Then we got the reverse holographic Pikachu from Burning Shadows. You can see why I thought that original promo was from Burning Shadows. It's the exact same art style. And then we're on to, what is this one? Crimson Invasion, I think. This was when Ultra Beast became a thing. Very cute Pikachu, very cute. Reverse holographic version of it. Then we're on to Sun and Moon promo number 157. I'm so tired of these promos. I don't even know what this one's from. It could be from a blister, it could be from a pin collection. Who knows? Then we got the Pikachu from Unbroken Bonds. Up to 70 HP nowadays. From 2019, so we finally reached 2019 Unbroken Bonds. Great series. I have not opened an Unbroken Bond booster box on the channel yet. Definitely want to do that. It's gonna happen eventually when we're done with all these other amazing stuff that we have to go through. And then we moved on to Detective Pikachu. Oh yeah, Detective Pikachu. Got a couple of versions of Detective Pikachu actually. Very interesting, honestly. I really think they did a great job with Pikachu. Great art style, great design. Even the fur makes sense. I thought, like, how can you make Pikachu fuzzy and not like hairless like this Pikachu? But it does work. It does work. They did a great job. Ryan Reynolds, great movie. I enjoyed it. Detective Pikachu. And then we're on to Pikachu from Unified Minds. Honestly, one of the cuter Pikachu, walking through the kitchen looking like it's ready to eat something. So once again, let me reiterate the art change, okay? So here we got Pikachu from Unified Minds, and here we got the Pikachu from how he looked originally. You can just see how just tubby and round Pikachu used to be and how skinny they are nowadays. Honestly, it was probably a good decision. Although I really want to just have Pikachu be a round ball and just roll around. And our final Pikachu in the list, we got Hidden Fates Pikachu. Boy, Hidden Fates, what an amazing set. Can't wait to open up some more of Hidden Fates. And of course, there's definitely going to be way more Pikachu cards in the Sword and Shield series. And we haven't even gone over the Japanese promos. Like, if you guys can see my background, this is all Japanese promo boxes with Pikachu cards. The Japanese promos, oh, they just do some amazing artwork with Pikachu. Honestly, if you guys want to start collecting Pikachu cards, you really can. It's not that expensive. A stack of Pikachu cards like this that I just showcased today cost maybe $100. The most expensive one is probably the Birthday Pikachu, and the others not so bad. $1 or $2, maybe $5 or $6 at the most expensive. Most go for even like 50 cents. The Hidden Fates Pikachu, it's only, I don't know, this card you can buy it for like a penny nowadays. Alright everyone, that's the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do subscribe, as it really does help me out. I'm planning on also doing another one of these series with the Japanese Pikachu cards. If you guys enjoyed, I'll definitely do it. It's not going to be easy because the Japanese promos are so much more gorgeous and they're so much more abundant. If you thought the English sets had a lot of Pikachus, wait till you see the Japanese one, because they have some massive Pika mania going on over there. So I'm going to put these cards away and I will see you all next time. Thank you for watching.